All right, Audi Q3 F3, and this is conversion to Macan brakes, calipers. Very nice little setup here. Everything will be in the description below. All the parts that I use, the pricing, everything. Neuspeed. We have stainless steel brake lines that were done. Very easy to obtain also. So what do you need exactly to do this job? Well, first you're going to need this 19 millimeter, and that's going to go for here. This bar is in your way down to there to get the impact gun. That's what I'm using. I'm using an impact gun to get out the 21 millimeter, the two bolts here that put this caliper to take it off. It's not hard, very easy. You jack up the car to a certain position, then I put another horse under there to keep it at that certain space, pull it up or down, because when you do remove that bolt, you want to make sure that it is even. You don't want to destroy that. Very easy to take off from there. Then you're going to need a Torx, a T30. That's going to go for here to take off the rotor. Just want to show you why I have that jack stand there. So look at the bolt here, just took it out. All right, now lower the jack. Now it's straight, and that's what you want. You know what that position is, I don't know, it's like the first click really. And then I also put on a little towel under there, a little, so it doesn't scrape or scratch. Same thing for there. Then I also use like a pizza box because all this dust is going to fall and all old crap. So there you go. So the bottom one you're not going to have a problem with, okay? So you could easily get to that bolt, but it's the top one if you're using an impact gun. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So if you attempt to try to get to the socket, you're kind of bent. But if you remove that bar, you're at a good position. Also, these bolts, they're long. There you go, now it's out. Next thing you want to do, pull out these clamps. I don't know what you call these, if they're C-clamps, I don't know, I don't even know. And these are just basically holding the, what do you call it, down. I can't do it with my left hand, I'm right handed, and I got the camera here. But they actually do come out pretty easy. You just kind of pry them up. It'll be up and then back. It's done. All I'm doing is basically taking the flathead screwdriver and just prying, and they come out pretty easy. This one was a little bit more difficult than the other side, at least for the one, like so. This one, wait, it's not coming, but it doesn't matter. I still have to undo it. So what I need for that is 17 millimeter for the bottom, and 7/16 for the top, and I think it's equivalent to what, 11 millimeter if I'm not mistaken. You're gonna open this up, hold one, open up the other one, and now I'll get the caliper ready, and also my bucket so I don't leak all over my nice rug. Now I'm gonna do the star 30. I'm going to get the rotor off. Oh, I need my other hand. And by doing so, then everything will just come off in one spot. I'm going to move this caliper over on top of this. Then when I undo that, I'm just going to leak everything into there. Okay, finally. Now, what did I do? Well, I used a pretty big old school hammer. I don't know what you call that thing. And bang this off. The top, the bottom, the top, the bottom, until it came out. Then I place it here. I still don't want it to hang. Maybe I could resell it, you know. Somebody may need it, you know. It's still a good caliper, nothing wrong with it. This vehicle has 25,000 miles on it. So next up we'll be undoing the brake line and then preparing this one and just putting it basically right back on so I don't leak a whole bunch of fluid out and make a big mess. But yeah, this actually is the longest thing. If you know, look, 25,000 miles. That was a little, you know, banging it from the back, front, back, front, back. Rotors aren't that great on these, as you can see, if you ask me, for 25,000 miles. But this vehicle has done a lot of 130 mile an hour runs on the highways, and then that's really the reason why I was changing out these brakes and calipers, because I do drive very fast. I'm not like a lot of these other nerds on YouTube. When you put the rotor on, you're going to keep it a little loose. You're going to line it up. It's easier to just put a couple lug nuts on, because you still got to snug the caliper on it. If you push it all the way in, you torque it down with the star, you're not going to be able to get the caliper over the back. So just have it out. Just look, this is it. That's all it is. Now when I put it back, I'm going to lift it with my hand and make sure this thing is perfectly in the center, because that's also important too. Right now, it's just hanging. It has a little hang to it, all right? Just make sure you have everything lined up perfectly. All the bolts are in. 2 bolts. Done. Torque down. Now, all I got to do, also put in the little clip. I just have to take that off and just throw it right back on as I take it off. This way it's not a big mess. That's the last thing you want. Lastly, don't forget to put the pads in. You know, you did the whole job. Now you got to put these pads in. I had to loosen this again because the inner pad, I need a little bit more room. So just remember that too. You may, you know what, maybe, yeah, probably torque it at the end. You know, it all depends. Now, this here, very simple. As long as you got the right one, then you go across, and go in, and then you're just going to tap it into its place. One more other tip for you: when you're putting in the pins, take a lug nut, put it there, and then tap the hammer here. This way you won't scratch the whole thing up. It's a way to get it in, and actually holds it nice because it's kind of got like a little, it just seems to catch. It's got like a little concave within there. So now you're ready. Now definitely take a look. I made another video of all the hardships that I had with the other side. Some was definitely not my fault. So definitely take a look at that. Remember, look in the description for everything that I used, all the numbers for the millimeters, all that, and the stuff you could buy on Amazon. All this stuff is available on good old Amazon. The Porsche calipers, Neuspeed, FCP. The steel lines were from Neuspeed. Really nice woman over there. I believe she's the owner. Call up, say, hey, I'm doing an Audi Q3 Macan transfer or whatever, you know, caliper job, and she'll definitely help you out. Lastly, you got to bleed the brakes. You know what? Did it alone. Didn't have to buy anything. You know what? It seems to have worked. Did the other side, drove it, seems fine. Did the backs myself. You know, car has rotors all the way around. Use liquid moly .4. I just use a little cup because I did not have a funnel, of course, you know, and there you go. Now, one other tidbit, watch the other video for all the hardships I had with the other side. A lot of it, of course, was not my fault. Now, here's the big thing. This car is a Prestige, came with the Audi Sport 20-inch wheels. They don't fit. They do not fit when you put them back on. Needs a spacer. I've already ordered the spacers from FCP. I did 10 millimeter in the front and 15 millimeter in the back. Just pull it out just a little bit. Now, thank goodness, these are my winter tires. These are 18-inch off a Q5. All right. I had to buy a hub-centric ring in order for these to fit. It was a little off. Very easy. Also bought that on, you know, Amazon's got everything. You know, it's destroying our country. But anyway, these are 235/55 18s. They fit in here no problem. With the 20, what was happening was I didn't drive it. I just put it on. It was so close. Felt like it was hitting. Definitely was. I'm not going to take a chance and destroy that Porsche Caliper. No way, no how. So I just got to wait another day. Going to throw this back on and take it for the test drive. I'm going to tell you, the must-haves is this impact gun. Definitely buy it. Makes your life, I don't know, DeWalt. Doesn't matter, whatever you own. I have other DeWalt products, so it just makes it easy with the battery. And I will show you all the things that I have in the description down below. Here's all the old parts. So there you have it. I will tell you, you would be surprised. Nice ride back there too, by the way. Check out that ride. So anyway, you would be surprised how much scraping, you know, you hear like, oh, Now me, I take it nice and easy. Oh, this one sounds worse than the other side did. And this one's done a lot easier than the other side. Woo! But yeah, no rush. Get it going. See what the amount of gas my wife left me out too, by the way. She's good like that. But anyway, going on the test drive. Going to be doing a transmission service too. Needs an oil change. Going to put the Cerakote, I think it's, yeah, Cerakote from Liquid Moly in here also when I do the oil change. And this thing's got like a full 25,000 mile service. Now, funny thing is, I did the rear brakes at 20,000 miles. My wife was just killing on the ski slopes and going all over the place and put 5,000 miles on this thing since, like, I think December. So it's crazy. I really wanted to get this done a lot sooner for the fronts, but life doesn't always work out that way. I just take it easy in the beginning, get everything off the roads. I haven't even touched the brakes yet, by the way. Here we go, second gear. This car's very aggressive, by the way. Very aggressive. If you are interested in other Q3 stuff, definitely look at the channel. I have a whole playlist dedicated to it. Last thing you want to do is basically scorch your new rotors and give it that, you know, you don't want to have a spot on there. Now it's weird too, when you turn the wheel, it does that real bad. I know you could hear that in the camera. Now, at first I thought it was something really bad. I was like, what the hell is that? I've never experienced that. But for whatever reason, you know, these things are coded from FCP. Yesterday when I put on the, what I did, passenger, which one? No, driver's side, I was getting that. I found a parking lot, was doing slow turns, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, I got rid of it. Somebody bought this stupid EX Volvo with no range. Yep, so that's it. Just trying to do it. Trust me when I tell you that when I first, you know, doing the first side, I was like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's fine now, you know, definitely broke it in, but check this out. I don't remember ever having this issue when I've done a caliper. Very bizarre to me. I don't know if it's the pads or what, but why would it do that? Somebody please tell me. You know what? I don't have an idea. I really don't. And I've changed rotors before, changed brakes. It's not an issue. It's going to go away as I break it in. But I'm going to do it slowly. And I'll let you see in a minute. This side's not that bad. Remind you, I'm not touching the brakes too. All right, there you have it. 20s in the rear and 18s in the front. Probably the same exact size, height, you know, all that kind of stuff when it really comes down to it. They're looking mighty good. I did those 5,000 miles ago. You know, from FCP also. It has the coating on them. Of course, doesn't look as good as that. Now, just waiting on the spacers. That noise is going away, which is good. And you know what? Just take your time, because the last thing you want to do is just ruin your nice brand new rotors, and you could easily do it. Why not? Find a parking lot. Now it's what, 229? Just go. Still got a little bit, but you know what? It's going away. Just catching at that little spot. Sometimes more than others. Oh, maybe not, but you know what? It's a lot better. I'm just slowly working it in, just as I did the other side yesterday. I did this in the parking lot yesterday. Why was I going this way? Very little. Yeah, and there you have it.